Hello, welcome to 50 Questions Friday for September 6th of 2024. Thank you all for being here live this morning. We are switching back to YouTube from Livestorm for our 50 Questions Fridays. So if you do have questions, please do drop them here on the questions tab. And if you are watching the recording, you are welcome to join us live. The best way is to either subscribe here on YouTube or on Twistedsage.com. Subscribe to our newsletter there, and we'll let you know when all of our webinars and such are coming out. So anyway, sorry, just getting rid of my audio there. We will go ahead and begin by dropping into the sacred space of the heart this morning and just setting the space. So if you would breathe with me, that Trinity breath to move ourselves from the head back into the heart. So putting your attention to your light, your fire within your heart. Now imagining connecting heart to heart with the earth and breathing in that energy, that light, that support of the earth up through the feet and into the heart. Just fully connecting with the earth. She is a very powerful, supportive energy. Next, it's connecting with you as Creator God, as soul, breathing in that light of you into the heart. And that third breath is where you take the breath from creation, the breath from the earth, and they flow through you, connecting heaven and earth and you. And that moves you into the heart space. All right. So, let's see. So we'll go ahead with some announcements here. I don't know if any of you guys made it to our tool of the week this week, but we did the tool of the week on the home set water rings. We did some meditations and such with that tool of the week. This week, for the 11th, for the tool of the week, we are going to be working with the Light Body Activator Ring, aka the AI Interface Ring and Tab. So these three rings are exactly the same. A lot of you received that Light Body Activator Ring from a recent promotion that we did, that we gave away these free rings. So anybody who would like to join us here on Wednesday the 11th, it's on YouTube there. The invitation is, and you just hit notify to notify you when that comes on. So we'll be learning how to energetically use the AI interface ring to its fullest extent, aka the Light Body Activator Ring. So that should be a really good webinar. So I hope you join us then. Let's see, other announcements. Gosh, nothing off the top of my head. So I guess we will just go on here with questions for the morning. Hey, Connie from Maine, glad you're here today. And good morning, Kim. Hey, Renard, glad you're here, man. All right, so we'll start with some questions from emails here. And so that's it too. If you are wanting to put your questions here and you're not able to attend live, that's where we ask that you mail your questions in to info@Twistedsage.com, and we would be happy to get those put on the air here. And hey, Connie from Milwaukee. Hey, Steve, glad you're here this morning. Ray, thanks for being here, man. And that's it, you guys. We got a really great group of people that come in, hold space, help answer questions, clarify things. So another good reason to be here live so that you can chat with everybody. But we'll begin here with our first question. Will you release more expansive light bangles in silver? So this is the only pair of the expansive light bangles we've made in silver. Yes, we will eventually release a limited run of the expansive light bangles in silver. It's just that it's a 10 gauge fine silver. It's a little bit more spendy to create these ones. So we will do a limited run in the size large and the size small, just to see how see how they go. But yeah, I love them. Absolutely my daily wear. And, and I just prefer silver anymore over the copper. I'll still wear copper, but preference is silver. So yes, we will here in the next couple of weeks look for, we're going to be investing in a bit of silver to make not only a run of these bangles, but also these heavier silver finger rings again. So we'll be bringing through some more silver here soon. Another question. What do you recommend someone who is going through a heart and kidney failure, has a defibrillator and a pacemaker, and goes to dialysis 3 times a week? So, any of the tools to that help support everything, the entire system. And that's energetically releasing the things. It's working with the body to harmonize everything. I would almost say like a practitioner ring. The highest potential energetic to me would probably be the best energetic flavor, but truly any of the fields is going to be supportive and assist. A lot of times we get tied up in the specific energetics of the tools, not realizing that all the tools hold some base, very wonderful fields and energies, a harmonious field that harmonizes subtle energy. So, but truly, if you're looking for a specific flavor, the highest potentials is what I would choose. And, I'm seeing either a practitioner ring or that 15-inch ring that we have in the highest potentials. So the 15-inch ring would be a great one. Using the 15-inch and the 8-inch grounding ring together, the highest potential grounding ring set, that's a pretty powerful set to use. And basically with those, you would just slip them underneath of the bed or the chair, or again, as the rings create a column of light, you would hang it on the wall, the headboard, to where they are within that column of light. And as long as that column of light intersects even a part of the body, it is working throughout the whole field. So in either that, or else if you place it under the bed so that the column of light comes up in the area that you would like to give more support to, because when you are actually within the column of light there, that is where the more potent field is. But as that field intersects your field, it works throughout your field. It's just not as potent as if you were actually within that column. But it's still going to be doing great supportive work. So that is what I would suggest. There's been a lot of people through the years that have pacemakers, defibrillators, and no, we've never seen that it causes any issues. We've looked into it energetically, plus the feedback, and so there's never been any issues with the tensor fields causing problems with that. So. Yeah, I guess I'll stop answering right there. Another question. I would like to become an affiliate, but don't currently have a company or a website. Is that possible? Yes. So that's it, you guys, too. Under the affiliates, because I know a lot of people haven't signed up, but basically when you go to Twistedsage.com, you go to About Us, and that drop-down menu, it has the affiliates. I encourage everybody to sign up for affiliates. You do not need to have a storefront or a website. It is okay. So I don't remember if those are mandatory questions. If they are, and I need to do something with that page to tell you, just write down Twistedsage.com for your website. That's fine. Because that affiliate page was originally for, we kind of limited our affiliate group until we really had that system figured out. We're ready to open it up to everybody. So you don't need a website, because truly when you become an affiliate, if you just share your affiliate link, you have it written down on a card or give it verbally to a person, or else if you're sharing it in an email or a text or social media. So you don't necessarily need to have a website to have that affiliate link and to utilize it. So I do encourage everybody to sign up as affiliates. It is a win-win for everybody. All right, going to the next question here. Let's see. Could you please share the most powerful ways to use the tools for manifestation? For example, would writing affirmations on a piece of paper and placing it on a Betar coil, then putting a grid point pyramid and a tensor field generator on top be a strong combination for broadcasting our intentions into the quantum field? Do the grounding rings also help to ground intentions into the physical plane? Okay, so yes, what you described there with the Betar coil, writing your intention on a piece of paper, then placing a grid point or a tensor field generator or both on top, that does broadcast that, because that's what the tensor field generators are about, is that the tensor field generators act as that broadcaster of intentions and information. And so with manifestation, yes, that is absolutely perfect to do it how you describe, or simply just using a tensor field generator. The Betar coils amplify the field, so you add them together. Anytime you add the tools, stack them, they are going to amplify each other. Now, with that said, yeah, and I probably won't take us down any other rabbit holes about manifestation, but I guess I will. Truly, we are so infinitely abundant. Everything is energy. It is all ours, and it is all there serving you. So to me, there is a difference between manifestation and creation. And creation is the rabbit hole that I've been going down for the past few years. And everybody always asks me, well, Brian, aren't you manifesting? And to me, manifesting is different. It's putting out an intention, and later on down the road, through synchronicities, something comes into your field. And so for manifesting, yes, the tools are powerful for manifesting. They will bring in those things. For my own personal path, for stepping into conscious creation, though, to me, it is all about clearing the blockages, the beliefs, the everything that keeps you separate from your abundance. And so to me, when you're manifesting, that is one of the concepts that I would put in, is that you are releasing all of the blockages to you receiving all those higher potential fields in creation. Because again, the highest potentials, which is like this HP generator, highest potentials, what the highest potentials do for us in creation manifestation is that they hold a space for us to consciously choose a higher potential to bring into creation. Creation only happens in the moment. So it's about being in the heart, being present, and making clear, conscious choices with yourself. Anyway, yeah, sorry. Rabbit hole I really didn't need to go down, but, so for just manifestation, yes, using your intentions written on paper or simply voiced into the generator, broadcasting those into the field. I'm not knocking manifestation. It works. But I'm just really feel like we can step up another notch into conscious creation. Oh, which is anyway, well, if I ever figure it out, I'll most definitely let you know about conscious creation. All right, so we better get back on track here. So I'll get to some of the questions here. So please do, if you think of any questions, please do drop them here in the conversation tab. We have one more question here from the internet. Okay. Hi, Brian. I sleep with a 27-inch Regeneration Ring. If I added the bangle to it, does it expand the frequency of the bangle to the size of the Regeneration Ring? So, yes, like the practitioner rings. So you have a practitioner ring. Well, let's just use this right here as an example. You have, I don't even remember what energetic this is. This is one of the creation fields. Anyway, so you have this energetic here. Gosh, which one is this energetic? I think this is the harmonizer energy. So the harmonizer energy. So this is producing that field. When you bring, let's say this is the newest water ring. When you bring that water ring within this field, then yes, you are getting the energetics of both of these. You're getting that support of both of these. For one, the field becomes just slightly more potent, which just basically means you feel it more on the physical. Um, but anytime you add a second ring or tool, it increases that potency by about 23%, which just simply, again, means that it's not stronger or more powerful. It's just perceived more in the physical, which then allows, the mind to get on board as well. But when you add those two rings together, yes, you are creating not only the energetics of both of these, but most always, when you add two different tools together, there is usually something greater than the sum. I mean, that's why we always suggest using the tools together, is because you can really create some amazing fields. So with like that regeneration ring, what I was imagining when I was reading your question last night was for you to just simply take that ring, take any of your older tools that, and a lot of us have some tools that we've just placed in the drawers or set to the side or placed on the hot water heater or in our car or whatever, and just kind of let them be. But if you want to get back in and work with those tools again, I've talked a few times about shifting the energetics of the tools. And all you truly do is you take that Trinity breath to go into the heart space. You sit with your tool. So what I would suggest is you sit with that 27-inch ring, sit with it around you. When you sit with your tools, you are in that space, in the heart space. You are in that space of gratitude, of bringing the gratitude for the tools, the fields. And you simply ask for them to be updated for your highest and best. And what happens when you're sitting with the tool, they connect again to the etheric templates, the higher dimensional aspects of the tools. And within our etheric templates, we have all the energetics of the tools there. So basically, it is just simply your intention that you're connecting with the energetics of all the tools, and that your higher soul self determines what to bring through into the tool, into the field for you in your highest and best good. So it's as simple as sitting with that ring, being in the heart space, and just simply having that soft intention that you are updating those tools, the energetics of those tools, to be in your highest and best. And, you can do this once and forget it, or you can do this, a couple times a week if you wish. So that is something that I would suggest, especially working with some of the older energies like the regeneration. The regeneration energies are fantastic and they are grand, but a lot of times we will grow past these energetics. Especially like the regeneration, that really hasn't been updated a lot through the time, because now because every time we create a new tool, it is built on the old one. So, the regeneration it's a few years old. And so, like I say, it's still a viable ring, and it is still the perfect ring for many people. But where you've had it for a little while, I would suggest updating that for yourself. So yeah, that's I think that is all the questions here from the internet. And hopefully that answered your question. All right. Yep, that's everything there. So we're going to jump on over here and see what's happening. Let's see. Which ring do you recommend making the collar ring with, since the 9.5-inch ring is heavy duty? We've actually, we have, I believe we still have on clearance some of those great big 9.5-inch harmony rings that are heavy duty. That's what we've always made our collar rings from traditionally. It's a really thick 6-gauge light twist wire, nice and heavy. Now, the other ring that we suggest making a collar ring with, and so one of the rings that you could make the collar ring with that is a heavy gauge is that 12-inch grounding ring. That makes a great collar ring. Now, again, that's a little bit heavier gauge wire. Now, the ring that we have that we suggest to use is that 9.5-inch laptop ring. Now, that laptop ring is in that harmonizer energy, but it's one that we also have a video, which I believe is on that laptop product page, a little video on how to make the collar ring, and it just shows you how and where to bend it and to adjust it. So, and if you get that laptop ring, do the exercise that I just talked about sitting in the heart space, connecting with those etheric templates, and just asking for those updated energies to be in there. Because if you're wearing it as a collar ring, you'd want to bring in, some more of the updated energies. Let's see. Hey, Monica from SoCal. Samson, glad you're here today. Let's see. Would speaking to your soul help on those medical health problems? Most definitely. If you are, that's really the biggest thing, you guys, is that these fields hold space. They hold a harmonizing space for your body to come back into balance. And that's the thing, is that the tools, any of us, it's not any of us or the tools are healing. They hold a space for all the energetics to come back into balance, and then everything heals itself. We don't ever do healing. The tools don't ever do healing. They are holding a supportive space. You're the one that does the healing. You're the one that allows the healing. So yes, you're exactly correct that talking to the soul is the best way. And healing, so if you have an imbalance in energy, which causes physical, mental, emotional, life situation issues, it is all an imbalance in energy. Whether that, and that energy can be so many things. It could be hereditary, mass consciousness, usually old lifetime traumas is what we find the majority of this. Something happened when you were a kid and that comes up and that causes all kinds of things, plus other lifetimes. So these old traumas are really affect us, but everything is energy. And so what we do with the support of these tools, with working with the soul, is we just simply release these energies. So healing is nothing more than release and rebalance. All the tensor fields are phenomenal at rebalancing, and they're phenomenal at holding a space to help release. So that is truly what all these tools are doing, is helping us to release and rebalance quickly, which that is healing. But yeah, speaking with the soul is really, the human cannot go through and heal an old lifetime trauma. We can't. We cannot go through and heal a lifetime trauma. But what we do as the designated lifetime to work with our soul in all of our lifetimes is that we simply are like the connector. We're the bridge. We are helping as these things come into our field and they manifest in a certain way. We just simply help those go to soul. Soul is the one who does the healing through the lifetimes, through the traumas, the everything else. Your job as the human is to simply allow it, to release it. And because a lot of times these things get stuck in our body, we fight them because they're causing issues. The more we fight them, the more they manifest. So we simply go into the heart. We have the radical acceptance. We allow it to go to soul, and the healing takes place. Let's see, go on some other questions here. Let's see, a question on a business site is required for the affiliate. So again, when you sign up for the affiliates, just put Twistedsage.com until we get that changed. I guess I didn't realize that those were requirements. So we'll work on that affiliate page to try to do some workarounds. And if we can't, we'll put some descriptions in there. But yeah, just put in Twistedsage.com when you go to any of the affiliate stuff and if it's required there. What would be the best tool used for someone who's going through a drug-induced psychosis? I would suggest any of the wisdom-based tools. That could be the quantum heart coil pendant, any of the wisdom rings, the wisdom practitioner ring, any of the wisdom energetics, the wisdom bangles. The wisdom wand would be really a phenomenal one, because basically that's going to help to that's just going to help everything in that field. It's going to help to release that the consciousness of the drugs, the entities like marijuana. There's Mary Jane with with all the different drugs, and pharmaceuticals are the worst because those are just a very strange consciousness associated with those. But And that's really where the tools, when you put pharmaceuticals in the tools, it's helping to clear out those old connections, the old energetic connections, the consciousness, the everything about those that causes people to have all the issues. Like my dad, he could never take pharmaceuticals, and it wasn't because of the physiological, it was because of the energetic components to those things. And that's where, when we were working with the tools, we're with our light, we're helping to clear out the energetic components of those things. So then the physiological isn't as bad. But even the physiological, we harmonize that to where we are harmonizing it with the body. So then it's not so bad. So truly, anything you're ingesting, bringing in, harmonize it to you. But so for a person who's going through a drug-induced psychosis too, it's going to help them clear, reconnect, recalibrate, and bring them back to themselves. And so I'd almost suggest maybe the quantum heart coil pendant, because that's going to help them connecting with the heart, and that might help bring them more into balance quicker. So yeah, I'd say the quantum heart coil pendant or anything wisdom. More of a statement than a question, but I used to wear my finger rings on multiple fingers until my niece stacked them all around my index finger, and she says, "This is how you do it." Oh, I like that. Wow. Yeah, I might have to start playing with that concept, just putting them all in one finger. Thanks for sharing that. Um, Let's see. What's your take on the difference between the Betar Coil and the KRT Coil, the 2XL Black Label? I see that Marty Lucas Master Coins recommended them instead of the Betar Coils. Yeah, if you were just using those KRT coils alone, you have the coins, because the coins that Marty uses, there's a lot more intentions and energetics that are put into those specific ones. So those ones have information within them, and it is that energetics or the information that is beneficial out of those. Where like the other two, the XL coil and the Betar coil, they don't have all that information within the fields. Those ones are just energy pumps. But you put the tensor ring around those, and that brings through not only the information, but harmonizes the field so much more. So I would suggest to always use a tensor ring with those, just because it shifts everything. Now we've tried to make some of the ones for the small coins. We made a few for Marty, but they just really don't fit quite right. They fit over the case, so we just really didn't want to mass produce those. Now the 2XL coil are size small, light bangle, not the expensive light, the light bangle, size small, fits in the 2XLs, and it is our extra small light bangle that fits inside that XL. But the ring that we make for the Betar coil, the energetic is more specific to the Betar coil than just the light bangle. So if you do want to order that ring, I would still order the Betar coil ring versus the light bangle, because it works it's designed to work with that Betar coil. Um, so really, what's my take on the difference between that 2XL and the regular Betar coil? I don't know. For some reason, I'm just mm, I'm not as fond of the 2XL. It doesn't seem to be as a potent of a field to me, the 2XL with the rings. It's I totally prefer the Betar coil with ring out of any of the coils. To me, that one is a little bit of a crisper, more potent, faster moving field. Yeah, I just like that field better than that 2XL. But again, personal preference. So anyway, hopefully that answered that. Will you be releasing more of the Key Pendant t-shirts or any other t-shirts in the near future? Nope. Sorry, guys. We are done with the t-shirt business. Hmm, I have all this brand new t-shirt equipment. We were making crystal infused ink, and we just don't have the time, desire, manpower, drive to create those shirts. So if anybody is interested in an entire screen press system business with the crystal infused ink, please do get a hold of us. I'd be happy to drive it to you. All right. Which measurements do you use for finger rings, please? Sacred cubit? No, actually. So the finger rings, since we are using the finger rings, we are creating everything from a size 4 to 14 and including half sizes. So we use an entire variety of cubit measures. So we have probably every cubit measure that produces a working tensor field we use to create all of those sizes of finger rings. Um, once you have a finger ring welded, we are able to increase the size by about 1.5 finger sizes without causing any issues with the energetics. Does not change the energetics. So we're still able to slightly size these. But again, at Twisted Sage, we do not rely on the cubit measure to dictate the energetics. As long as we have a working tensor ring, we anchor in the etheric templates, the higher dimensional aspects of these tools that I've created for lifetimes, and that my sister Brenda, my energetic mentor, has helped me create in this lifetime. So within the etheric templates, when we create the tools, we connect them to those etheric templates. And that's what dictates the energetic fields that come out of the tensor rings. So with the finger rings, even though all, 28 different sized rings within there, they're all the same energetic. The copper ones currently are connected to the grounding, which is the crystal sun of the earth, which connects to the heart. The silver ones are in that creation field, which is all about the expansion of your light, of bringing in more of your light, of holding that space for the highest potentials of creation to be present in the moment. So yeah, that's where our finger rings utilizing all different sizes. Let's see. And Mitch, yeah, thanks for finding us, man, for sure. A question on the Heddeka. Is it more effective cut and measured? Is it more effective cut and measured, created twisted, or with a single wire according to measurement? Okay, so when you're making a Heddeka, the water elemental, where'd my Heddeka go? Oh, well, I've been keeping a Heddeka here because I refer to them a lot, never have one to show. But the Heddeka, when you make a Heddeka, you do not need to use a sacred measurement. You don't need to use copper. You can use a pipe cleaner or whatever. So when you create the Heddeka, the scale, the 3 spirals, it is just simply when you make the Heddeka, you are connecting with the consciousness, the spirit of water itself. That's what anchors it into the shape. Now, when we add a sacred measurement to ours, it just adds a little bit extra energetic. So when we cut our wires for the Heddekas, we cut it to that very specific sacred measurement. The straight line cubit measure that will produce a frequency of anything in that cut in that length. Well, anything that has a one-way flow of energy, like copper wire. So the elementals we do cut to sacred measurements, but does not have to be cut to sacred measures at all. And whether you use a single wire or a twisted wire, Dancing with Water feels as though there is a masculine and feminine to water, and that the masculine is the straight wire and the feminine is the twisted wire. We don't see that. We don't see a duality, a male and a female, feminine, masculine to water. Water just is. It is beyond male, female. It comes from a space out of that duality, just like where we come from. We're not male, female. So anyway, with the Heddeka, we usually make ours with the single strand of wire, just because it physically it's more strong, stable, doesn't bend out of shape. So it really is a personal preference. Let's see. Can you explain what's going on when wearing the Expansive Light Gaia Sphere on a necklace? It is super powerful and very interesting the way it transcends emotions like anger, frustration, agitation. God, Steve, I'm glad you're wearing that Gaia Sphere too. I tell you what, and mine's sitting over getting cleaned right now because I took it to Sulphur Hot Springs, Colorado this last weekend, and it turned black, because I always take Gaia Spheres into the water, especially public waters, because not only is it clearing everybody's crap that they let go of, but it is shifting the water so that then everybody that steps in afterwards receives that. But man, that Expansive Light Gaia Sphere, when I've been wearing that around the neck as a pendant, to me, I don't go anywhere in the cities on the motorcycle or anything unless I'm wearing that. It brings a different field around you. Let's see, how did you describe it? Transcends emotions like anger, frustration, agitation. That expansive light, our light can do the clearing, the healing work without us directing, dictating. We just have to allow it. And that expansive light energy, the bangles, the Gaia Sphere, especially the Gaia Sphere, it is all about holding that space for us to bring our light in more. And as it comes in, it also expands out into creation more. And what this is, and I see this in our, I don't know if you can see it from here, in our one new chamber right there, that chamber that you sit in. I tell you what, and the expansive light is the same way. I'm comparing the two, in that when you are in that field and you are just being, you're just being, allowing in the heart, it is wild, because as that light, your light, expands out into creation, it begins to shift creation. When I talk to people about that, go through that chamber right there in the back, is that when I see people step out of there, or when people go in there, I see that as they bring their light into everything in creation, that includes other people, situations, old traumas, everything. So you get to the point to where you just hold your light and allow your light to go through and do all the healing and clearing without you having to be the witness or do a thing. And so that's part of what that Gaia Sphere, that expansive light Gaia, that is just helping us to do that clearing and healing work just by being. But there's still a lot of, before you get to that point, the wisdom tools are excellent to really help us work through these things. Because there just gets to the point after you've worked through things for a while, there just gets to a point to where, if you are wanting to clear and release and heal, the universe is going to bring you more to clear and release and heal. But you've acquired enough light and consciousness that you can just sit back and allow it to happen. Anyway. All right, man, it was a really good session today, you guys. I thank you all for being here and for bringing some great questions to the table. Which is the earth elemental? I didn't come across it. Well, so when my sister was bringing in the elementals and we asked about earth, basically Gaia said, I am not an elemental. I am a consciousness. I am the earth. So what we see, so when we were asking for a symbol for the earth elemental, it showed us the circumpunct, which is a circle with a dot in the middle. And that was the closest thing that it energetically showed us as a symbol of the earth. To me, what I'm feeling right now with all the goosebumps is that the circumpunct, the symbol of the earth, the circumpunct is something that symbol is everything. It's everything and nothing. It is all potentials. And to me, that is truly what this crystal sun of the earth is it is holding this matrix into place, the nature, not all the funny crap of the matrix that we brought in, but the nature, the natural world. And so like all the other elementals, like water, as I was talking, that it is older than the planet, neither male or female. It's older than the planet. It came here to support the earth and, number one, humanity. So water, man, water is really a huge deal in bringing its support here and really working with the water, with our consciousness, the water rings, holding the space for water to embody itself more. Water becomes even more, it becomes more than what it is here on the planet, because just like the human, we are one sliver of what we are. And when we bring more of us here, we can change this reality. We can change everything. And that's what is happening with water too. Will you ever produce anklets for grounding? The anklets are really a tough one. We've tried anklets a lot through the years. They're just a tough one. And that's why we made the grounding ring inserts for shoes. But because not all feet are the same, they kept snapping. So we had to discontinue the grounding ring inserts. But we will certainly consider working with this some more, the anklets or some other form for the ankles for grounding. So we will certainly consider that. All right. In Lagash, light in me sees the light in you. Thank you guys again for not only your support, but for being here. And that is the support. Thank you for being here. And let's see. Yep. Be sure to check out our webinar on Wednesday for the expansive, or it's not the expansive, the AI interface ring is going to be a really fun one. So please do join us for Wednesday, and we'll see you all next time. Oh yeah, by the way, our water rings are still, the home set's still on sale through Wednesday. There is a code WR12 if you're interested in the water rings. Again, the home set, or else just the singles, the highest potential, the nothing space, and the grounding ring. So anyway, you're welcome to check those out. All right. Thanks again, guys. And we'll see you next time.